If you've ever talked to someone whose engine failed early, the story almost always starts the same way. I did everything right. They used synthetic oil. They followed the service schedule. They didn't miss oil changes. Some even upgraded to what they believed was a better oil. Higher price, stronger marketing, better reputation. And still, the engine failed. Timing chain noise appeared out of nowhere. Oil consumption slowly crept up. Turbo problems showed up earlier than expected. Compression dropped. Performance faded. And here's what makes it worse. There was no single dramatic moment. No warning light that clearly said engine failure coming. Just a slow decline. Until one day the damage was already done. And by the time most drivers notice it, that damage is already permanent. So what went wrong? Here's the uncomfortable truth most people never hear. Most engines don't fail because the owner chose the wrong oil. They fail because oil is forced to survive conditions it was never designed to survive. This video isn't about which oil is best. It's about why oil fails even when people believe they're doing everything right. Section 1. Why modern engines are brutal on oil. Modern engines are engineering miracles, but they are brutal environments for oil. Compared to older engines, today's engines run with much tighter internal clearances, far higher combustion pressures, significantly higher. Localized temperatures, smaller oil capacities, complex emission systems. Each one of these makes oil's job harder. A smaller oil sump means less oil available to absorb heat contaminants, concentrate faster, additives deplete more quickly. Direct injection adds another layer of stress. Fuel washes down cylinder walls, soot. Particles enter the oil, fuel dilution becomes common. Turbocharging adds even more punishment. Extreme localized heat, constant. Shear stressed oil, exposed to heat soak during shutdown. Oil today lives a harder life in 5,000 miles than oil used to live in 15,000 miles. Yet many drivers still treat oil the same way they did decades ago. Section 2. Startup. The most damaging moment. Most people assume high RPM destroys engines. In reality, the most damaging moment in an engine's life is startup. When you start an engine, oil pressure is low, metal parts are cold, clearances are unstable, lubrication is incomplete. For a brief moment, your engine operates in boundary lubrication, where metal surfaces are separated by only a microscopic oil film. That moment lasts seconds. But now, imagine this happening. 5 times a day, every single day, year after year, those seconds add up to hours of metal contact over the engine's life. In many engines, more wear happens during cold starts than during hours of steady highway driving. No oil brand, no viscosity, no additive package can fully protect an engine that spends a large portion of its life starting cold and shutting down early. Section 3. Short trips. The silent engine killer. Short trips feel harmless. You're not revving hard. You're not towing. You're not racing. But chemically, short trips are destructive. During short trips, oil never reaches full operating temperature, moisture remains trapped, fuel stays dissolved in oil, acids accumulate, detergents never fully activate. Oil needs sustained heat to clean itself. Without enough heat, sludge slowly forms, varnish builds on internal surfaces, piston rings lose sealing ability, oil control worsens. This is why engines with low mileage but frequent short trips often look worse inside than engines with double the mileage driven mostly on the highway. Mileage lies. Usage tells the truth. Section 4. Why oil change intervals fail in real life. Oil change intervals are written for ideal driving conditions. That means long trips, minimal idling, stable operating temperatures, steady-state driving. But real life looks very different. Traffic congestion, school drop-offs, delivery driving, constant stop and go, extreme heat or cold. Under these conditions, oil degrades much faster than mileage suggests. Oil doesn't know how far you drove. It knows how hot it got, how long it stayed hot, how much fuel mixed into it, how much contamination it carried. This is why engines fail even when owners swear they followed the interval perfectly. The interval assumed a life you're not living. Section 5. The hidden heat zones you never see. Your temperature gauge tells only part of the story. Inside every engine are localized heat zones far hotter than the coolant temperature. Piston ring areas, timing chain zones, turbocharger bearings. Oil passing through these zones oxidizes, rapidly loses viscosity, burns through additives, forms deposits. Once oil loses film strength in these critical areas, wear accelerates quietly. No warning lights, no sudden breakdown. Just slow, invisible damage accumulating over time. This is where most engines start dying quietly, long before owners notice anything is wrong. Section 6. Fuel dilution. The invisible thinner. Fuel dilution is one of the biggest modern oil killers, and most drivers never notice it. It happens when engines run cold, trips are short direct. Injection washes cylinder walls, fuel mixes into the oil, and thins it weakens. Film strength increases metal-to-metal contact. A driver may believe they're running one oil grade, but chemically the oil has already become something else. This is why oil smells like gasoline oil. Level mysteriously rises, bearings wear faster than expected. Fuel dilution defeats oil silently, regardless of brand or viscosity. Section 7. Turbo engines. Magnify every mistake. Turbochargers turn oil into a life-or-death component. Oil inside a turbo lubricates. High-speed bearings removes intense heat, prevents metal contact. If you drive hard and shut the engine off immediately, oil cooks inside the turbo housing. Carbon deposits form oil passages. Restrict. Do this often enough, and failure becomes inevitable. This is why turbo longevity depends more on driver behavior than oil selection. Section 8. Oil color is not a diagnostic tool. Many drivers panic when oil turns dark. That panic leads to bad assumptions. Dark oil often means detergents are doing their job, contaminants are suspended. Clean-looking oil can still be diluted with fuel, chemically exhausted, incapable of protecting oil. Analysis reveals truth. Color tells stories. Section 9. Idling. The damage people don't count. Most drivers don't consider idling engine use, but idling is one of the most oil-damaging behaviors in modern driving. At idle, oil pressure is low, fuel dilution increases, airflow for cooling is minimal. Now combine that with traffic jams, long red lights, AC running in hot weather. The engine is hot, oil is stressed, but lubrication conditions are poor. This is why engines that don't move much still wear rapidly. Ironically, fleet vehicles that idle consistently but also drive long distances often last longer, because oil eventually stabilizes. The engine never gets a chance to stabilize, and the oil never gets a chance to recover. It's the idle plus a short shutdown pattern that kills engines. Section 10. Small oil capacity equal to big problem. Another hidden modern problem is oil capacity. Older engines commonly held 5 to 6 liters of oil. Many modern engines hold 3.5 to 4 liters. Less oil means heat concentrates faster, contamination builds quicker, additives deplete sooner. This means the same oil interval today is far more stressful than it was years ago. Less oil equals less margin for error, and most drivers never adjust their habits to account for it. Section 11. Why some engines last forever. You've seen engines reach 300,000 miles and beyond. That isn't luck. Those engines usually share similar traits: long drive cycles, stable operating temperatures, fewer cold starts, consistent usage. They weren't protected by magic oil. They were protected by conditions that allowed oil to survive. Section 12. The myth of perfect oil. There is no perfect oil. Every oil is a compromise between cold flow, film strength, emissions, compatibility, fuel economy. No oil can overcome constant cold operation, endless short trips, repeated heat soak, neglect disguised as normal driving. Oil is not a cure. It's a tool. Section 13. Why upgrading oil doesn't fix habits. Many drivers switch oil grades or brands expecting miracles. When problems continue, they blame the oil, the mechanic, bad luck. But the truth is simple. They changed the oil. They didn't change the conditions. Oil cannot undo patterns that destroy it. Section 14. The real engine. Longevity formula. Here's what actually extends engine life. Allow full warm-up regularly, reduce unnecessary short trips when possible. Don't shut down. Hot turbo engines immediately adjust oil intervals based on usage. Stop judging oil by color. Respect heat and operating conditions. These habits do more for engine life than any label ever will. Engines don't die suddenly. They die slowly, quietly, and predictably. Oil doesn't fail randomly. It gets overwhelmed. If you remember one thing from this video, remember this. Oil doesn't protect engines by itself. Conditions protect engines by allowing oil to do its job. Now I want to hear from you. Be honest. Are most of your trips under 15 minutes or longer highway drives? Have you ever changed oil and still faced problems? Drop your experience in the comments, because one comment might help another driver avoid a costly mistake. And if this video changed how you think about engine life, hit like, share it, and subscribe. Next time, we'll expose the everyday driving habit that destroys engines faster than bad oil ever could. Your engine doesn't care about opinions. It cares about conditions.